Hi, my name is Adrian John Cartwood, but my friends call me AJC. And welcome to Share Your Number. Share Your Number is a site where you can connect with like-minded people to help you on your journey towards financial success. And financial success being whatever it means to you. For some people that can mean $10 million in the bank in 3 years' time. For other people it can mean being able to live comfortably off $1 or $2 million when they retire in 20 or 30 years' time. It means something different to everybody. Let me tell you what it meant to me. In 1998, I was $30,000 in debt, and I had two businesses that were barely breaking even. In fact, one was losing about $5,000 a month, and the other one with a lot of hard work was just making $5,000 a month. And this is the way the business has been going for a number of years, and I could see no way to change them. And then I came across a book, and that book taught me that my money wasn't there to rule my life. My life was what I should be living, and I should work out how much money I need to support that life. And that really hit a chord with me because at that time, I'd just been working to try and eke out whatever money I could get out of my businesses and just try and live according to that budget that money paid me. But when I sat down and really thought about it, I realized I needed to sit down and think about what my life is first. I needed to understand what I call my life's purpose. And when I sat down and really thought about it, and on shareyournumber.com you can take a pencil and paper and I show you some simple questions you can ask yourself, and within 20 minutes or maybe an hour, depending on how deeply you want to go into it, maybe a couple of hours if you really go into it deeply. This took me a few days off and on, but certainly the initial breakthrough came in the first 20 or 30 minutes. I realized that what I wanted to be doing was to be traveling physically, mentally, and spiritually. Now that doesn't mean much to you, and your life's purpose won't mean anything to anybody else, but let me tell you something, that understanding that was a breakthrough and that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. And that's how I knew that I hit upon something that meant something to me. And in practical terms, I realized what it meant. What it realized was two things. One was I needed money so I could be able to do this traveling, and I needed some venture capital so I could be creative and try different ideas like this website and my blogs and things like that. But I also realized I needed time, which means I couldn't be working, because you can't just pick up and travel anytime you want to or try and work on new ideas if you're stuck 9 to 5 working for somebody else. So I sat down and realized what it would take for me to stop working and to be able to travel and do the things I wanted to do, and I turned that into an annual income number of about $250,000 a year. And I worked out I needed that number in about 5 years' time. So applying what I call the rule of 20, multiplying my annual desired income by 20, I suddenly was struck dumb by the idea that I really needed something like $20 million, not $20 million, $5 million in the bank. I needed about $5 million in 5 years. Well, let me tell you that made me do major changes in my life, because I realized my businesses, the way they were going, couldn't get me there. So I actually picked up and moved countries. And 7 years later, I made $7 million. So I write a blog now called 7million7years.com, where you can go and you can see my journey, and I talk to you about the sorts of things that maybe you should be trying to do as well if you want to follow that same sort of path. So my number is 7 million, my date is 7 years, and my life's purpose is to be constantly traveling mentally, physically, and spiritually. Why don't you go to shareyournumber.com, spend a little bit of time, try and find out what your life's purpose is, then go to calculate your number and try. It could be very simple. You can do it as simply or as complex as you like. I give you the tools there to do it. And then why don't you come back here, join up and share your number, and who knows who you might meet up with, maybe me, maybe other people who can help you along your way to success. Good luck. I hope this site does as much for you as learning what my number was has done for me.